time to get the bowl out and see how it's dried out. It's been drying for about 5 months now. So obviously last week you see me turn it and we stuck it in storage, and like I said, it was around about 5 months ago now. So let's go and see how it's dried out, and time will tell whether it's warped, cracked or whatever. So come on, let's go. Well, come on, any coming. So time will tell. So in here somewhere, oh, High School Musical, blast from the past. So in here somewhere is the bowl, and here it is. So from what I can see, no major cracking. Still got a little bit of crack. Let's get in a better light so we can see. Still got a little bit of cracking there, which we had to start with, but other than that, no cracking. So we'll let's get on the lathe and see how much it's gone out of shape. So I'll get this on the lathe and then I'll come back to you guys. Right, so I've got it back on the lathe, and excuse me, I did put a little bit of super glue over these cracks before I put it in storage. So they obviously need sanding out and just finishing off. They haven't cracked open anymore, which is a good thing. So let's just spin it and see how out of shape it is. Right, so that's a little bit out of shape, which I'm going to try and true it up a little tiny bit, I think. Mainly because the wall could be a bit thinner now it's dry. So yeah, the shavings it came out of are all nice and dry. This feels really dry. I haven't got a moisture meter, so I can't test the moisture in it, but it definitely feels dry. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Let's get the sticker off the back of it, and what I'll do is I'll reshape the outside and get that trued up, and then we can finish the middle off. And I don't need to go much deeper, maybe 10mm with that, so we can get that finished off, and hopefully some of that nice white grain on the back will be protruding through here. It's started to come through here, as you can see, so hopefully we'll get a bit more through. So anyway, let's get kitted up and let's get it cracked out. Right, so I've rounded this all squared up now, so it's not off shape anymore. But obviously what we had at the beginning with this white bit being a bit soft and furry, we've got the same issue now. I cleaned this up with the round edge scraper, or round nose scraper, so obviously we don't get a perfect cut, it's a scrape rather than a cut. So that's why she's a little bit furry in places. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it a good sand on the outside, spend a bit of time sanding it all up before I sand and seal it, and then we'll go over it and spend a bit of time getting the outside really nice and smooth. So I've cleaned it right back through. These cracks, I don't know what they are, whether they're going to go or not, I don't know, but they're not really, they haven't split open anymore, so I'm not really too worried about them. And well, hopefully they're not going to split open at all. So what I might do is sand it back, sand and seal it, and then just run a little bit more super glue in there, some super fine super glue in there, and then before I give it its final sand. But what I'll do now is spend a bit of time sanding it. I'm going to go from 80 grit to 400. Well, actually I'll go to 80 grit to 240, then sand and seal it, and then once I've given it a couple of free coats of sand and sealer, I might thin a bit of sand and sealer down and thin it out so it soaks into the wood nice. Give it a couple of coats of that, and then give it a coat of normal sand and sealer unthinned, and hopefully that should give it a nice seal. So I'm going to spend a bit of time sanding it, so I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright, so we're sanded down now to 240, and I've got some cellulose sand and sealer here that I've put a little bit more cellulose thinners in it just to thin it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the lathe slow, and I'm just going to put this on, hopefully to give it a nice good coat. It should dry fairly quick because of obviously we've thinned it down a bit, but I just want I want it to soak in really well. Trouble is it's splashing everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it 2 or 3 coats of this so it soaks right into it, then I'll sand it, and then I'll give it another couple of coats, sand it again, and then I'll give it a final coat of normal sand and sealer, and hopefully that'll seal the soft bits we've got with that white, and hopefully stop it becoming a bit fluffy. So that's the plan. Right, let's have its coats of sand and sealer. Let's denib it for our glass like finish, and then we can get some finishing wax on it. And like before, I'm going to put some Hampshire sheen final wax on it just to give it a nice shine. So it's had plenty of coats. Just show you these little bits. Right, what I've done, don't know if you can just see them in there. I filled them up with some super fine super glue. So hopefully when I wax them, you ain't really going to see them. Well, you're going to see them, but they're not going to split open. So hopefully that's good enough. So yeah, so what I've done is I've given it 2 wet coats of sand and sealer, then I give it 2 normal coats of sand and sealer, sanding in between coats, and then on the final coat I've just gone over it with the Scotch Brite pad just to denib it, to give it a nice smooth finish. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a coat of the Hampshire sheen, and hopefully we'll get a nice shine on it. Really, so that's the outside all turned. A nice shine on it. Just see them cracks in there. So I don't think there's a lot I can do about those, but it's looking good. So let's turn our attention to the inside. So I'll give it a coat of Hampshire sheen, which I'm going to let soak in for a little bit. You can still see these cracks. You can't feel them because I filled them with super glue and built them up gradually, but hopefully they'll hold together. It didn't crack anymore while it was drying out, so that's not a problem. So hopefully they're going to hold together. So I'll give the outside another coat of Hampshire sheen as well, so we'll get it nice and polished up, and then I think we'll be there, looking good. And like I said all along, I wanted these bits to come through, and just got a bit coming through there, and we've got a bit of the white coming through there. So very nice piece. Very happy indeed. So let's get it polished off and finished. So there we go, we got there in the end after 5 months of waiting. It's killed me to wait 5 months to finish this bowl. So, but no, we got there in the end. I didn't touch the foot on the bottom because it was fairly flat, so I didn't want to touch that too much. But I turned from here right round to true it up because it was a little bit out of shape, not a lot, only a little bit. So, and then we finish the inside. I've managed to get the wall now maybe 5mm, maybe just over 5mm, and a nice even thickness all the way through. And like I said from the start, these, I don't know if you can see them, these here are what concern me a little bit, but over the 5 months of it drying they haven't altered, so I'm quite confident that it's not going to crack open. So got a nice smooth finish on it. Go on, reach out and have a feel. It's got a nice smooth finish on it, so I'm really pleased. Got a nice shine to it as well, inside and out. So I'm really pleased how this is as to turned out. This is the biggest bowl that I have turned, and this is about the biggest bowl that I can get on my lathe without the extending kit to bring it out the side. But unfortunately I can't put that on because I haven't got the room in the workshop to put it on, because if I put that on then I can't get through into the store. So at the moment this is the biggest bowl that I can do. So it's around about, I'd say just under 12 inches across and maybe 4 inches deep, so it's a nice sized bowl. And yes, turned out really, I'm really pleased with this, and this pattern on the back here is absolutely amazing. So really enjoyed it. So anyway guys, thanks very much for coming back and seeing part 2. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please smash that like and share button. So we'll have a fresh new project for next week. I might do a bit of colouring for next week. I haven't done them for a little bit, so maybe back for that. And have a great weekend. So take care, speak to you soon, and bye for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for making it to the end. There may be a couple of videos down below that you might be interested in. If you do, pop over and check them out. Also, if you're a subscriber to the channel, then thank you very much for your continuous support. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, then pop over and click this link here to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to be notified for all my latest uploads. So anyway guys, take care, speak to you soon.